It's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today. Today's project is this one, or at least a version of this one. I am just going to change up the colour scheme a wee bit because I can. And you know me, I like to change things up. So this was Soft Sky and Marina Mist with Daffodil Delight and Old Olive for the other inks. And it was on a Marina Mist base. And then we've got stamping down the inside as well. I'm sorry about the lighting. I am going to get this sorted one day. Honest, I will. It seems like I can just never quite get it right. Anyway, so this is using the wonderful, I know it's been seen to death, Painted Harvest stamp set, which is in the Autumn Winter catalogue. It is wonderful. I absolutely adore it, but then, as I've mentioned before, anything that is sunflower is good in my book, because that means it's specially for me, because sunflower is my thing. So, let's get started. I'm going to use a Melon Mambo card base, so this is an A4 piece of card, cut in half, scored down the middle to make a standard A6 card. As ever, all the measurements will be on my blog. The associated post, which goes directly to the information about this project, is linked below. So don't worry about taking down too much in the way of dimensions, because you don't need it. I have already die cut using the Layering Circles framelets, the matte for the back here. I'm going to keep this as yellow, and then the flower we're going to cut with the stitched shape framelets. Beginning to get okay with saying that. Slowly we're getting there. So that's the bit that was left. So the piece of card that I cut this from was way too big for what I need. You could probably do it on a 3-inch square, which is 8 centimetres there or thereabouts. Anyway, and again, this is far too large for the stamping that we're going to need, but better to have it too big than too small. And then I've got two of my standard first layer mats, which are 5 5/8 by 3 7/8 or 14 1/4 by 9 3/4. So the colours we are going to use are not that, I don't know why I've got that in there, are Berry Burst, Melon Mambo, Pear Pizzazz and Daffodil Delight. So quite bright. And I'm also going to use a piece of, so this was Daffodil Delight. This is actually crushed curry, solid baker's twine, but it's a near enough match for this project because I've only got a bit of Daffodil Delight poking out to work. So I'm not worried. And of course a bit of Wink of Stella, because everything is better with a bit of Wink of Stella. So let's start with our flower. You can see my set has been very well loved. D block. Now, I've said it before and I will say it again. The biggest layer of the sunflower isn't meant to be perfect. And I've also said before, this surface is spongy. So if you don't have a spongy surface, then the Stamp and Piercing mat would be a good idea, just to give a bit of extra oomph to the stamp. Now, I am of the opinion that there is no absolute definitive way round of doing this. I will show you how I line it up, but frankly, it doesn't matter too much. It's not the end of the world. So this is my more detailed stamp. And what I am going to look for, but not get obsessed by, is this little round bit here, because that lines up with this little round bit here. As I say, I'm not going to get obsessed by it, but it does nest quite nicely just there. obviously it helps if you've inked up your stamp first. So here we go. Am I in camera? Yes, I am. Now, as I have said before, this is easier when you haven't got you lot in the way. But it's still not difficult. Just going to close that up whilst the ink is transferring. And there you go. So I'm really pleased with that. It's a very different look from the sunflower, but that's kind of what I was going for. So the only other thing to bring in is our centre. And for that, I am going to use Daffodil Delight. And again, there is really no right or wrong way of lining this up. There is a bit of a wider gap here than here. So there is a kind of suggestion of which way round to do it, but it's only a suggestion. So there we go, that is the flower done. And I don't need the, oh, I will need the yellow again. So all I'm going to do now is bring out the stitched shape framelets. You can tell I've been practicing, can't you? Oops, sorry, didn't mean to knock the... Now I need the second largest of these circles. I'm just going to run that through the Big Shot. So bear with me. And that just pops nicely out and you get that little stitch detail. So that's that. Oops, let me pop that back on my sheet before I lose it. So as I say, you really don't need anything quite that large, but hey. And then this, we're just going to stick one to t'other, and I'm going to use my ever faithful Tombow. And just a wee bit in the middle, just a scribble. And then just attach that to that. And that just gives you a very small edge round. You could go up a size on your scallop circles if you want, but I like it that size. And it's my card. So I'm just going to position that there whilst I bring out the less detailed of the fern. I call it the fern stamp. This one. You could use this, but I like the fact that it's less detailed. And the old olive. And I'm just positioning my flower kind of where I want it so that I've got a mental picture of where it is, and then I can just stamp and stamp again. And it's just by holding it down, it means I know, oh, I didn't need to clean that. I know roughly where I'm aiming for. So it means they're coming out quite nicely from there. Whilst I have got that out, I'm going to grab a piece of scrap, and down the inside I've just done a bit of, I've stamped this off and then just stamped randomly down the side, so we'll do that. And I don't need to ink up the whole of the stamp. And it doesn't need to be perfect. We are only going for a bit of something. And just keep turning the stamp as you go, just so there's something down the inside of the card. And obviously you can stamp a sentiment if you wanted to. I'm not stamping my sentiment on the inside, I'm doing it in the outside. Which of course reminds me that I am thankful for you. So let's grab that, and I think we'll go with the Melon Mambo again because that's the colour of the card base. So that will tie that in. Don't need my scrap. So just ink this up. and because it's see-through, it's really easy to just position that. Saying that, could you see it? Yes, you could. That's all right then. And then close that before I lean into it. Pop that away. Try and keep tidy. I've got one of my team coming over today, and it's kind of nice if I give the impression that I'm neat and tidy. She probably knows me well enough that she'll know that it's not how I always work, but there we go. These are the dots, little dots, and I'm just going to pop those down in my favourite triangle shape. I do like threes and I do like triangles. Mother Nature likes 3, which is why I've done 3 leaves. And triangles help draw the eye in. So, dimensionals. Don't need too many, probably just 3 will do. Because it's only to give a lift, it's not taking any weight. And just try not to throw your thing down before you've positioned it. There is no right or wrong way, just decide on how you would like it, and then just try and get it sort of central. Yep, pop that down. Then we're pretty close to finished. Bit of fast fuse. Now remember, fast fuse for World Card Making Day. We've got a special offer. For every fast fuse you buy, you get 2 refills. And the refills are actually longer than what comes with your initial fast fuse. From memory, the initial fast fuse is 12 meters, and the refill is definitely 20. The key to fast fuse is a light touch. Do not go mad. I actually saw a video recently where someone said, ignore that, don't do that, because that puts pressure. I then questioned what I'd been doing, and fortunately, I had been ignoring it, so that's all right. And it does work. Someone else I've seen holding it like that, and that again is quite a good way of making sure you don't get pressure. But yeah, don't push, because if you push, there's a likelihood that the glue will attach itself to the case, and that's not a good look. Right, okay, where are we? 13 minutes, okay. So, just a quick bow, so 2 loops, and just tie a half knot. Sort the ends out so that they're going in the right direction, there or thereabouts. And that's pretty much perfect for this glue dot. And just all I'm going to do is roll my glue dot so that it's skinny. And then there is no right or wrong way really. I'm actually going to put my glue dot on my card and then attach my bow to it. I just find that slightly easier. And then if you want, you can trim your ends so that they are nearer the same length. Ooh. And preferably neat. So the final thing to do is just add some Wink of Stella. Actually, that needs a bit of a shake. There is a, you can hear, there's a ball in there, and you want that to be rolling when you use it. It can all settle. And then I'm just going to add this to the middle of my flower. Do be careful when you then use this on something else. Let me bring back in my scrap. It is possible, although it hasn't on this occasion, if you're using it on a strong colour and the colour is still slightly damp, you can pick the colour up with your Wink of Stella. So if you're then using a Wink of Stella on a pale colour, it can look a bit weird. I don't know if you can actually see the Wink of Stella, possibly. Anyway, there you go. So do remember, let's see, where are my leaflets? Because I've got loads of leaflets on specials. So, World Card Making Day, running till the 10th of October, so it's not long. 15% off note cards and envelopes in both colours, various of the stamp sets. So quite a good range, and this is where you get your fast fuse and your 2 refills free. So do make sure, and those go in automatically. So if you order the fast fuse, that will automatically go into your basket. And you get 2 for each of the initial adhesives that you buy. So that's good. And remember, each of the refills are £7. So that's £14 you're saving before you even blink. Some of these do have matching framelets. The framelets are not in the sale. So if you want the bundle, as you know, if you get the 2 together, so say the Coffee Cafe, if you were to order the Coffee Cafe stamps and the coffee cup framelets, you save 10%. That is a better deal than getting 15% here and then buying the framelets. So do just bear that in mind, that if you're looking to buy a bundle, buy the bundle, not the discounted stamps. And they then go with a lot of the buy 3 get 1 free designer series papers. And for this, you put 3 in your basket, and then you get offered a 4th one free. And the real key to this one is the free item is any of these. So you pick 3, and then your 4th is any other one, or another of the same. But it can be the most expensive. So if you wanted, let's say, Petal Garden, Colour Theory and Wood Texture stacks, which are each £9, and the Just Odd Colour specialty paper, which is £11.50, you want to order these 3 and then have that one as your free item, because that then saves you £11.50. And a lot of these coordinate with the stamp sets that are on offer until the 10th. This offer runs for the whole of October, so that's good to know. Then, as you're buying that anyway, remember, if you are spending £25 or more, or a multiple thereof, any time between the 1st of September and the 31st of October in my shop, for every £25 you spend during that 2-month period, you get an entry for the Merry Patterns stamp set, which otherwise is only available free with a £250 or more order. So this is just another way to get a free stamp set. And the final thing is we don't know the launch date yet, but we are bringing out alcohol markers. And they are all going to be beautifully colour coordinated, and they're going to be in pairs of colours, and they're going to be lush. These are currently available for demonstrators to order only. We've got until the 15th of October to order these. You can, however, put these in your kit if you were to become a member of Stampin' Up, a member of my team. You can put these in your kit. The whole set, which is, from memory, she says, not knowing that she's got one, 26 colours, plus the colour lifter, which is the clear, is £108. So you could put that in your basket and still have some more. But you can also buy just duos, so the light and the dark of each of the colours that are available. So if that's of interest, please let me know, because you can add that and you'll still have money left over for the remainder of your kit. You can only do that as a demonstrator or as someone buying the new members kit. So, and remember, that's only £99 including free shipping. So, I hope you have enjoyed today's project, and I will see you again very soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye!